Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and today we got a different type of Friday. There's no more Journal Monthly. Now, I'm wanting to join in Joey Cardmaker's mashup. If you haven't heard about it yet, basically on his Ko-fi site, he's starting a new thing where each month he's going to do a freebie. This month is Purple Passion, and you get, or this month we got, I presume it'll always be the same, a page of ephemera pieces, fussy cuts, whatever you'd like to call them, and then you get, as you can see, I've torn this one, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 background pages. And if you saw the Coffee Break Crafted on Tuesday, you will recognise the torn paper because I used it to make this journal card stroke topper. So I'm going to work on the same thing today, in that obviously it's all going to be different tones of purple. Now, one of the things that you have to do to be part of the mashup is use some or all of the kit and something from your stash. Well, I've got quite a lot from my stash because I've got coffee dyed paper, line paper, craft card and white card. I've got eyelash trim and ribbon. I've got inks. And I found this little locket that I'd made some time ago. And it's got a lady in that's not dissimilar to the ladies in here. So we might use that. So what am I going to do with it all? Well, I'm going to make a loaded tag. You've seen tags with pockets and you've seen loaded pockets, and I'm sure you'll have seen this because, you know, it's not my idea. So well, I say it's my idea, it's not my idea, it might be, who knows, but I'm basically combining a tag with a loaded pocket. Now this is A4, so of course it's 8 high. I think I'm going to go 4.5 because then it will fit inside most journals. So I'm just going to run that down there at 4.5. Oops, that didn't go very well, did it? And then, oops, it's all going wrong, Mum. Right, let's snip this off and then we'll see where we're at. So how are you? You all happy, safe and well, I hope? Right, so that's the main piece out of there. Now, if it's, oh, I've got no fingers today. If it's 4.5 tall, we probably want it about 6.5, I'm going to go for, as a height. 4.5 by 6.5. Yeah, if you want to join in, okay, and you want to do it exactly the same, do it any size you like. If you've got a fancy die, you could maybe cut out a large tag with a fancy die. Now, as much as I'm calling it a tag, I don't think I'm going to do the usual postal angled corners. I'm just going to go with this. So, my background. I love this one. So this one, I think I'm going to go on the back in case it ends up floating. So that's going to go on the back, like so. So the first thing, I can't pick anything up today for some reason. The first thing we're going to do is get this glued up and stick this background paper down. I think, to be honest, there's very little that's new now, isn't there? People have been paper crafting for so long that you're hard pushed to have an idea, I think, something that's not been done before. Because even if it is different, it tends to be variation of a theme. Like this, you know, we make tags all the time, we make pockets all the time. Put a tag and a pocket together, you know, fill it full of stuff, hey presto, you've got a loaded tag pocket, you know, I mean, it's not new. Right, so I'm just going to obviously line that up on there as best I can. We can always trim it if we need to. Oh, it wasn't too bad, was it? You can see I've printed something else on the other side by mistake. Good job I wanted to glue it down. There we go. So that's going to be my back. So trim this off. You could obviously cut it with your scissors if you'd rather. As you would know if you've been here before, a knife and ruler is my preferred. Now, look at that. That's a beautiful back, but we must remember that it has got an up and a down. Okay, so this is our top, all right? So, background. Should we go for the stripe? The other half of that sheet? Yeah, why not? So, I'm going to glue my front on, and that will stop it curling because we've got glue on both sides. Obviously, use your preferred glue, whatever it is that you like to use. Okay, I'm going to overlap it a bit this time deliberately on the side there, because where I've ripped it, it's not straight, it's got a bit of a rough edge. Okay, and then once we've cut this out, it can have a chance to sit and stick, as it were, because glue does need time to dry. Well, we get on with the rest of it. So I'm going to put a pocket on the bottom. I know often with, there we go, stuffed pockets, people do extra pockets. Do I want the lighter colours or the darker colours? Let me look at the ephemera for a little minute. I'm going to use the darker colours. So, if I cut this down the middle, like so. Excuse me. Now this was 4.5, wasn't it? So that's perfect. So that's going to give me a nice fold. So I'm going to cut that about there. So that is, I'm going to cut this at 5 high. So I'm just going to do a little line there. Cut this at 5 high. Now that probably seems quite high to you, but I want to turn over the edge to give me some strength. And B, I do want quite a deep pocket because that will enable me to put things on the front of it as well. Okay, so I've printed on this one as well. First things first, that's going over like that. And then this one is going over like that, just to give us a bit of depth to our pocket. Yeah. So there we are, and we can see now how far we can afford to to go on that side, and then a little bit up. And you see now, once we've done all that, that pocket suddenly doesn't look that big at all, does it? So we're going to stick down the top one to give us some strength. Like so. Does prove to you that I don't waste anything. Look, because this has been printed on the other side already. Cut an angle. Cut an angle across the bottom on your folds, and an angle up there. I'm sure you've done this before. Sure of it, I am. And then I'm just taking those little triangles off because we don't need them. Get rid of all of our rubbish. Okay, so I'm now going to glue up those three sides. You've done this before. You know, I mean, this is telling my grandmother to suck eggs, really, isn't it? It's not rocket science. It's just I fancied having a play that didn't use too much brain power today. So that's what we're doing. So this is now going to stick onto here, not right to the bottom, and just a little tiny bit in from the edge. There we go. So there is my main pocket. I think it would be nice to have a second pocket. So I'm going to put my ruler on the edge there. That's going to give me enough width. Yes, I think that's going to be good. And then half a ruler to the bottom and tear that off. So tear this up. Fold, not tear, fold this up. Obviously, I mean, this is not a tutorial video. I don't do tutorial videos. We've had this conversation before, I'm sure we have, because I don't consider myself expert enough to do tutorials. I just like to share what I'm up to. If you want to join in, brilliant. If you don't, that's fine. Okay, so we've got our top and our bottom. We need to fold in our edges. Sorry, my bracelet keeps catching on that metal ruler and it's making a bit of noise, isn't it? So exactly the same principle as we just did. Trim them off. Okay. Glue these. Okay. And again, I'm putting it up a bit from the bottom and in a bit from the other pocket. So just so that we can see that we've got, you know, two pockets on there. Okay. Two pockets, 1, 2. Now I'm going to make my ephemera to go inside. So the reason I bought these two pieces of paper is because I thought it would be really nice to have a little notebook in there. And I thought this gentleman would be perfect for that notebook. So I'm going to cut him out. I've got a right mess on my desk today. I don't usually have a mess on my desk when I'm working. So we just run right down there. Take that one out. And then, whoops, we can't go right down there because we're going to chop off that butterfly. So just the end there. And then we'll chop that out. Okay. Take the butterflies off the top. Beautiful little butterflies. Okay. So now we know how wide he is. That is 2 3/4 inches basically. So I've torn one. I'm now going to tear another one. A little bit harder to see because we've got the same paper on top. Okay. And I now want to tear one, no, two, Claire, two out of this coffee dyed paper. As you can see, I'm not being super accurate, I'm just laying it on the top. And tearing away at it. It's just a scrappy little notebook. Okay, we'll bring him back. And the first thing I'll do is take the coffee dyed paper because it's shorter. Give myself a little turnover. Like that. That's why I chose him, because he had a lot of sort of blank above his head. The other ones tend to go right to the top. Oops. So we now work out how long that is. Okay. And then I'm just gonna tear that off, and then exactly the same, bring that over, tear that off. I'm sure you've all done this a million times, you don't need really to be watching me do this, there you go. Now this one, we might get an extra couple of pages out of, because, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tear between those two lines, get rid of that little bit. And now we'll have line, coffee, line, coffee, line, and then I'm going to put that line on the fronts. We're going to pop him over. See, it's just very, very quick, easy little notebook. And, whoops, I'm just going to take a staple and put a staple through the whole thing. So there's our first piece to go in our pocket. So I'm going to put him there like that. I'm now going to take my white card. Whoops. See, major Jenga going on. Take my white card and I'm going to do three standard tag now, 3 inches, and again we'll go to 5.5, so that one's 2.5. Okay, like that. Trim this. And then cut this one. It's not in half, is it? But to there. Okay. Now this one, we need to work out how deep we can go. We can go to there. So that's our point now. And then take my corner cutter, small, no, big, we'll do the small one on the other one in a minute. So obviously I'm going to decorate it, but just so that we can see the sizing, that one's going to sit in there. So then this one that's going to go in the front, we want to be very much smaller. We want it there. So we're going to trim that off there. Okay, and now I'm going to use my little side. I could see that wasn't straight. Okay. So that one will sit in there like that. So we've got 2 tags and a notebook. Okay. I'm going to decorate up my tags, obviously. But I think also it might be nice to have some decoration on this front pocket. So I love these lilacs. Got a lilac trim. I got no. Let's go for tear ruler, and that will give us a chance to get some nice ink on the edge. The deckled torn edge always takes ink better, as I'm sure you know. So this can go And we've got these lovely little tiny like tags. Now if we only glue around the edge, we could poke one of those in there. So let's cut this one out like so. Gonna need to stick it on a piece of card and then fussy cut that. Whoops. So we'll bring our white card in, put a little bit of glue on here. And just pop that down on that corner. Give that a chance to dry. Now, what else might we like? Right, let's decorate our tags. So we've got, and then we can do all our inking at the same time. We have got these papers left. I actually like the, looks like glued tissue paper and the worn out paper, so I'm going to use those two because obviously I'm going to put a picture on the front of them anyway. So now our two tags, I think the bigger one will go on there, but then you won't see the tone, so it's got to go that way round. Okay, so I'm going to glue this up. Now I'm only going to decorate one side, and then obviously you'll be able to write on the back. That's the idea. Right, just double check, where was my white line? That side. So I need to stick it to this side. Like so. Bone folder. Oh, okay. Card all day. Starbucks card. Right, while that one dries, we'll do this one. This one's been printed on the back. Hubby's out at meetings, so it's just me and Boo. I've had a busy old day. I've been batch cooking the freezer. I like to have, I'm really like a granny now, aren't I? I like to have, well, I am a granny. I like to have the freezer with pre-done dinners in it, but not sort of shop bought meals, stuff that's been made. And then if we get busy or we come home late or whatever, then I haven't got to spend ages prepping a meal. So I've been batch cooking today. Pies and sweet pies, savoury pies, pasta dishes. Been on it, I have. I haven't done any sort of what I call big dinners, any sort of casseroles or anything like that. It's apparently summer. And things like that can be a bit heavy, I find, in the summer. just my opinion. There we go. So we've got 2 tags. Now, for the small one, I think this vase of flowers is going to work pretty well. Yeah, look at that. That's going to work lovely on there. And I was hoping that she would go on there. We might have to trim her down a bit. We'll see what happens. Yeah, no, I think I want her a little bit smaller. So we're going to give her a deckled edge as well. And then we can get a nice ink line. Okay. So she's going to fit lovely there, but I feel like she needs something behind her because we need to differentiate a little bit more between her and that print. So I might have to go on the hunt for some lace, which I wasn't necessarily anticipating, so I haven't got any out. Doesn't matter, I can rummage behind me and find something. And that one goes on there. Okay. Right, let me quickly find my lace bag, which of course is not where it should be, is it? Never is. Oh, right, there we go. Let's find, oh, got a little bit of that. And we got, that's too small. Battenberg, maybe. Right, one more to give us another option. One more. What we got? Or maybe that. Okay, let's have a look. So, first things first, let's get these inked up. So, got a brand new Dobby. So we should get a nice true colour. Although they do take a little bit of, there we go. So get a nice, this is milled lavender, I believe. Yes. And this was very kindly sent to me in Happy Mail. I did have the colour in the sprays, but not in a pad. So, thank you, Carol. Okay, that's that one. And I'm going to do the actual tag as well. No, the tag needs to be in that one because it's darker. So we do this bunch of flowers, vase of flowers, not bunch. Mind you, I suppose it's a bunch in a vase. Oh, do shut up, Claire. So Boo's snoring. I'm surprised, to be honest, because I can hear children playing in the street. So I'm surprised she's not paying a bit more attention to them, but she's obviously not bothered. And if you can hear the children, you can probably hear screaming, and I can assure you it's all part of the game. Nobody's hurt. Before anybody gets worried. There was a child harmed in the making of this video. Okay. And then I'm going to take this darker one. This is the one that I don't really know what colour it is. It came from Paper Society, and it's got no name. It's just got a purple sticker on it. So it's part of one of those subscription box things. Okay, that's that one. And then this one. So you really did need, A, it's darker, and B, it's a different tone. So it's helping with our mixed purples. Okay, we've got one last little thing to do, haven't we, before we start sticking them down, and that is to cut out this little tag that's going to go behind those lilacs. Joey's not made this very easy, has he? Well, perhaps it's just me. Perhaps other people find that quite simple to do. It's my big fat clumsy fingers. And my stupid giant scissors. Let's get these little scissors. There we go. And we'll just run some of the leftover ink down the sides of that one. Okay, so we've got this one. Got this beautiful Battenberg lace. Might be a bit too big. See, I've cut the middle out. I do all sorts of crazy things. Yeah, it's too big. We're not gonna get any joy from that. But this one's gonna work for me. So I'm just gonna trim across there. That will sit there, and she is going to sit a bit further up like that. Beautiful. Right, so glue down here like that. That sits on there, and now we can just add a little bit more glue there, and then we'll glue her. In fact, my tummy's rumbling. Must be almost dinner time. I've got no idea what time it is. I tend to not really take any notes at the time until I think hubby's been out too long. Oh, that makes it sound like I control his out time. But you know what I mean. You go, oh, I thought he'd be home by now or whatever. Because, you know, what time the meetings were scheduled for. Look at that. That is beautiful. So that's our big one. Now obviously we could punch a hole and put some lace or ribbon through if we wanted to. So that's our big one at the back. That's him in front of her like that, and there it's a bit of a surprise. You can see they're people, but you can't see exactly what they are. And then this one, I think, can we get two? Yeah, we can get two. So if we snip that up there and put some glue on there, that one, just put our extra. So I always try and just do like a safe bit through the middle, and then once you know exactly where it's sitting, you can afford to, you know, touch it up. Okay, we've got this flower going on. And that's going to sit again just off to the side, like so. Just want to make sure it's stuck. That's going in our front pocket, like that. And you can see now we've got all these staggers going on. I think that's beautiful. This one goes that way, Claire. Make sure you get it the right way round. I'm going to glue on just the 3 sides to give us that little tuck pocket, like so. And then this little one will go in there like that. And then just to finish it off, but make sure that there's a little bit more continuity than just the purple, I'm going to put a stamp on. So I've got some purple, oh, they're not purple, are they? Oh yes they are. I've got some purple stamps here. This nice long thin one might work well, and I'm just going to pop that on there. These are old used stamps, so it will have some kind of postmark on it. Yeah, you can just see it on that edge there. So we'll stick that one down there, pull that out a little bit, and there you go. That's the one from the other day, and this is what we've done today. So I just now want to get a hole in there. I'm going to pull that one out. Where is my hole punch? Famous last words again. Well, we'll need that, won't we, for a grommet. There it is. So we'll pop a hole there. I'm going to put a little silver grommet in. I'm getting nervous now that hubby's going to ring and shut off my video. So if I suddenly disappear, you know why. Close it up. Oh, like that. Pop that back in behind him. Oh, what's happened there? What has happened there? Look, we know you go in because you were just in there. That's very bizarre. He goes in there, and that one, there it is, goes there like that. Okay, and then I'm just going to take some of my eyelash trim, I think a double length, so double length of that, get rid of that, and then a single length of both the purples, like that. And then I'm going to poke all of those through this hole. Oh, I should have left that card out, shouldn't I? There you go. Going to poke all of them through that hole, like so. Okay, we're gonna pop, whoops, the two purple ones through here. Oh, I thought I'd been here forever. Sorry. It's been fun though, isn't it? Well, I've had a good time. Like that. Okay, so my heart is only on the purples, and then I'm just gonna tie, if I can get hold of it, a big knot. There we go. Yeah. Make sure I'm tying all the right pieces. That would be a bit of a disaster, wouldn't it? Oh, Claire, come on, why can you not, you know, tie a simple knot, girl? How ridiculous that you can't tie a simple knot. There you go. There we go. Right, so that's hanging there. These all need a little bit of a haircut. There we go. And then she is going back in there behind him. Okay, and then that is going to dangle down there. Wow, that was a bit of a marathon, wasn't it? So sorry, but thank you so much for spending time with me today. I hope you've enjoyed making or watching me make the tag treble pocket. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.